Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to another video, another morning, another park. We are now in Kings Dominion in Virginia.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you've heard or not, but they got a big new addition this year. They RMC'd their hurler roller coaster. If you remember, we rode a hurler 2 days ago at Carowinds. And now we're gonna go ride the RMC'd version called Twisted Timbers. So, I'm excited. It's straight on in the back of the park, so we're heading back there right now because it's probably gonna be the longest line of the park. And yeah, I love
lots of school groups today.
Yeah, a lot of school groups. Beautiful area. I love this section of the park. It's a lot more, yeah, very shaded. This area of the country can get really hot and humid, so this is a nice thing to have. I've disappeared and hidden the shade here for numerous times when coming to this park, so let's head to the ride. Both Kings Island and Kings Dominion have this fountain like this that leads up to the 1/3 scale of the Eiffel Tower. Interesting choice, but you know, it's nice. Shops here, we got a Panda Express, kid stuff. I know they got a Starbucks around here somewhere. All these parks have Starbucks nowadays. Nice, but here's a better view of the Eiffel Tower. Yeah. We'll try to go up there and get some footage from there. You can see the whole park from up there. But here's the sign for the new Twisted Timbers RMC. This is actually going to be our first RMC that we've ever been on. So we are really excited. These Virginia parks really are pretty. It's so lush and green here, which is really nice. We got the Kings Dominion Theater, which the show for this year is Origins. It's a Cirque experience, but we're gonna miss out on it because it starts in a couple weeks. Just turned the corner, we got our first glimpse. The first RMC I've ever seen in person, and the first RMC we ever ride on. So we're heading over. Oh man, I'm excited. For people that are familiar with the history of Kings Dominion, you are well aware of they had a SNS air-launched coaster called Hypersonic XLC. So right back there is where the station was, and it came right out here, straight up right here, straight back down, and then it just turned around right here. It was right in this area. Never got a chance to ride it. I'm very disappointed. So they replaced it with a wind seeker. I want to say like they still kept all the hardware of it back there. So like the air tanks, the braking system's all still back there. So this is the real reason why we're here today. And they got another one of those jukebox diners. Stan Mikita's Donuts. That's what I meant to say in the Carowinds video. And I'm going to say it here. This was also a Wayne's World area. So we got the Twist and Shop with all the Twisted Timbers stuff. We got Twisted Timbers up there. I like how they used an M for the W. Wow, that drop looks like something else. I am super excited for this. Doesn't appear to really be much of a queue today either. Crowds are low. This is the newly named and painted Apple's Apple. They kind of just redid this whole area. Wow. This tree is ridiculous. Got the different merchandise here. We got apples and different hats. This is where they got their
own merchandise.
RMC has their own merchandise, which the standard park guest is not going to know what these mean. Wood and steel and RMC. I actually really like these shirts. They're soft. And they got all sorts of twisted timbers. I like that one right there. Take a bite and get twisted. And then they've got just shirts advertising their made-up apple orchard that they created for the ride. But these baseball tees. There's a blanket over there.
This is not tin, and I'm really upset.
They got pajama pants, and tanks, and kid shirts. Man, they went all out with the Twisted Timbers merch. North Face jacket, nicely embroidered on. What are the price on that? $190. Probably really nice. Oh, I like this. This is a Twisted Timbers versus Hurler shirt. Comparing the two, I like that a lot. We got beanies here. Little sand magnets and all sorts of good stuff. This is an old chunk of the Hurler. So they burnt the old logo in there. So if you want to, for $20, buy a piece of Hurler and have it displayed, you can. We got a whole bunch of them here. Yep. All right, so we just got off of Twisted Timbers here.
Something else.
Wow, that was an absolutely insane ride. I knew it was going to be crazy, but as our first RMC,
That absolutely tried to kill you every chance it got. You can't take a breath. You can't do anything. You're just being thrown and flung from your seat. The amount of airtime, I don't think I've ever had that much airtime on anything ever.
That's forceful too. We did the front of the train, we did the back of the train, we did the middle of the train. Definitely think the middle was a little more tame, but it goes.
I think the middle let me enjoy it a little bit more. The front and the back, I was trying to scramble for my life and trying to push myself back into the seat.
I will definitely say that, words of wisdom, if you are coming here and you do have like a fanny pack or a waist pack or something, you will have to put into a locker. Yeah,
usually you can bring fanny packs on most things, or hip packs on most things. This is not one of those
Not
things.
one of them. So we did have to put them in a locker. It was $2 for 2 hours, but we just went ahead and marathoned the ride as much as we could, or we felt we needed to. We'll definitely probably come back and ride it again here tonight. We needed to go ride a couple other rides here in the park, and we're going to come back. But definitely, it's a world-class coaster.
It's a must-see. Also, their merchandise is fabulous. Like, they used all top brands for merchandise.
Yeah, they went all out.
Turvises, you've got like Nike polos, North Faces. Expensive, but it looks really, really good merchandise-wise.
It just, this whole, like, just that right there is very, it speaks to you. It's a statement right there. With that drop in the twist.
A statement.
It's a statement. So.
That is a period at the end of the sentence.
I wish we could have, that diner right there doesn't really fit. I think if they themed that as something else, it would have been a little better. But, man, world-class ride.
Yeah, it was really, I'm still recovering.
And I've heard it's one of the more tame ones, so
that makes me nervous.
I'm really looking forward to Steel Vengeance.
I think
so.
I'm gonna die.
So, we're gonna go ride some other rides. Oh, we also did Apple's Apple, which is their Mac Mouse coaster here. She hates mouse coasters.
I hate all of them, every single one.
It was nice. It was smooth and it was pretty calm. So.
Yeah, it was, but out of all the ones I've ridden, that was one of the better ones. If I had to not hate one.
Yep. So we're gonna go ride some other rides now. One of the things they also did this year was King's Dominion renamed Rebel Yell to Racer 75. But it's still the same old wooden racing coaster they put back in the day. Just with a new name. And it looks to be, no, not a new coat of paint. I think they got new paint recently though. This is the Ferris wheel from Geauga Lake, if you're curious. This area of the park is nice. There's an area just like it at Kings Island called Coney Mall. I don't know if this actually has a name. Old classic carousel. They got a lot of nice classic rides here. Like this ride, this park has preserved a lot of its history, which is good. You can see it popping over there in the background. I-305. It's kind of the ride that put this park on the map. It was always, I'd been here before that went in there. Once they put that in here, I think more people started recognizing King's Dominion as a big park. So. All I needed to do was walk an extra 10 feet and I would have seen that this area is called Candy Apple Grove. That's the name of this area here, Candy Apple Grove. So another new ride. This, sorry all you Togo fans, but this area right here used to have one of the last remaining American Togos. It was their Togo stand-up Shockwave. Well, they took it out and replaced it with Delirium. This one is not a Huss. I don't know who actually made this one, but I don't believe it's a Huss. And yeah, so it's not one of the giant models, but still looks nice regardless. Looks very Cedar Fair. That's for sure. It's a very Cedar Fair pavilion here now. But I'm not the biggest fan of these rides, so I won't ride it. I don't know, maybe Nicole might ride it. But I do like the logo. Cedar Fair. Did a good job. I've never seen one of these three-point challenges with a full fence that goes all the way around the entire game. Someone must have got hit with a ball. So did they rename this area to Safari Village? I swear this was the Congo. And maybe there's still the Congo? What are you looking at? That might be one of my favorite names for a restaurant ever. The Hungry Hippo. It's fine. This whole area used to be heavily Tomb Raider themed. Because the Tomb Raider ride is just right over there. You can see it swinging through the trees over there. Yeah. We'll go look at it here in a second. But this was a big Congo outpost or whatever they called it. Now it's the Hungry Hippo. Look at those monkey guys. But we are gonna head around the corner and go ride Backlot Stunt Coaster. So this is the Backlot Stunt Coaster. Is one of the premier, I guess you call it a stunt coaster. There were only 3 of these made, and there was one at Kings Island, Kings Dominion, and Canada's Wonderland. And they used to be themed to Italian Job. So it's called Italian Job Stunt Coaster, but now with the IP and everything like that, it's now just called Backlot Stunt Coaster. So we're gonna go ahead and head on in and give it a ride. They're running 2-train operation today, which is all right. Their train is back on there. You can see the trains, they used to be licensed by Mini, but now they just resemble a car. The doors used to open. It was pretty cool looking, but now they're just blank shells now. Get a better view when we ride the Kings Island one, but it's really cool because it like launches forward and goes through a parking garage with a really tight helix. It does some like tight swerves and stuff. That right there is supposed to be you're getting shot at by a helicopter. There sometimes is fire and water jets. And then the launch comes down here, launches out here, and launches out there. Comes on down here. It's a pretty fun little family coaster. So for our sanity and comfort, I believe we're gonna skip out on this arrow looper right here that just has just some odd choices in bends and turns and stuff. Anaconda, I want to say it was the first coaster to ever go and have a tunnel underwater. We'll go ahead and we'll watch it, but I think we're gonna skip out on riding it today. It's not a smooth arrow looper, that's for sure. So over here, we've heard reports that Volcano of the Blast Coaster's been having a bit of an issue this season. Haven't seen it run yet, doesn't mean it's not, but I haven't heard that it is running. So we're probably going to be missing out on Volcano of the Blast Coaster today, but that's okay. Back over this way, this is back corner of the park. It used to only be the Bureau of Paranormal Activity. That building right there is the Flight of Fear, which is their premier launching coaster. Used to be themed to the Outer Limits, but so this used to be its own kind of enclosed pavilion, just kind of themed to this. But then a couple years ago, they added in the ride that probably put them on the map. This ride right here. Intimidator 305. Oh, there you go. Give this a ride. So just like the one at Carowinds, this one is themed to Dale Earnhardt. But unlike the one at Carowinds, this is not a B&M Hyper. This is an Intamin Giga Coaster. This is one of their 2 Giga Coasters they have, the other one being Millennium Force, which we will ride tomorrow. But this one here, you got some more tidbits on Dale Earnhardt. You've got the checkered flag floor, but you don't have the car like the other one. So we just got off of Intimidator 305 there.
Sure did. Couldn't get off of that fast enough.
I know it's a crowd favorite. Everyone seems to love this ride. Enthusiasts eat it up. It's just too intense in the wrong ways.
It's never been a nice ride.
No.
It's too painful to enjoy it. Soft harnesses don't do anything.
Drop is great. Speed is great. But if
if those little transitions were not there, it would be a really fun ride.
I think if it hadn't just come off of Maverick and they were like, let's do intensity with Maverick, this is pretty much Millennium Force's drop with Maverick's body.
It's like they had a baby.
And it's just too intense in the wrong ways. So we did one ride. That's about good for us. We did a third car.
Not comfortable. My neck is like,
yeah.
But
we're gonna pass on Flight of Fear today as well. It's a bit of a rough ride, and
we can ride one in Kings Island.
Yeah, we're gonna ride one in a couple days. We've ridden this one before, so we know all about this one.
I'm gone.
This is only the 3rd park of 8 parks that we're going. Chicken Shack, right here, with an Anaconda and an I-305. But
I'm starting to get hungry.
I think we will ride a couple more things here, and maybe get a ride or 2 more on Twisted Timbers, and kind of head on out. We've got a 7-hour drive tonight, so this will be a shorter video for sure.
But tomorrow
Cedar Point.
We're going home.
Going back home where we met. Just as feared. Volcano Blast Coaster, not open today. It's a fun ride. It definitely, it's an interesting story. That used to be Smurf Mountain. They had a log ride that ran through it. Then they made it a intimate impulse full circuit roller coaster. It's interesting. The ride is pretty much done as soon as you blast out of the coaster, because then it just meanders down the side of the mountain. But my favorite ride here in this area is Avalanche, their Mack bobsled. Let's go ride it. So we just got off Avalanche.
So fun!
I love this ride. It's just fun.
It's really, really good.
This is the only Mack bobsled coaster left in the country. So it's fun that we get to ride it. Here it is. It's coming right here. There it is.
It's fun. You can ride two in a car, or you can ride one.
Always such a good ride.
We rode singularly, so we were able to have a lot of room to spread out. But you can get smushed in there too if you want. If you have kids, you can bring
sit right in your lap.
Yeah.
Sit right in your lap with you. Definitely a fun ride. You can't miss this ride. This is a must-do when you're at Kings Dominion.
Absolutely. If you don't do anything else,
do this.
do
Cruise the
Avalanche.
Timbers, who cares? But you gotta do Avalanche. I always laugh and have a good time when I ride it. Back in the Paramount days, they decided to do these Huss top spins. And Kings Island had the giant indoor one that was, they wouldn't ever let anyone know what they were building. And then Kings Dominion got one of these ones. Well, when Cedar Fair got hold of the Paramount Parks, they renamed them to the Crypt. Unfortunately, the Kings Island one is gone now. But this one here still keeps all of its theming and everything, and still does the fire and the water effects. As long as I know they still do water and fire. We haven't actually seen it run yet. We'll see here in a second.
A temporary delay in the operation of the Crypt. We are not sure how long this downtime will last. Maintenance has been notified, and we will get you off as soon as possible. Once again, there will be a temporary delay in the operation of the Crypt. We are not sure how long this downtime will last. Maintenance has been notified, and we will be getting you off as soon as possible. Please remain calm and keep your seatbelts buckled.
Well, it's broken. Also, there's no fire anymore. Just water. They have a nice kids area here. The Paramount Parks already had really nice kids areas, so I think just adding Snoopy to them really has just enhanced it. Because what they had before was Nickelodeon and they had Hanna-Barbera. But I don't know, I always just had a really big connection to Snoopy and Charlie Brown growing up, so I just like to see them in the parks. Little of those automatic photo things. I don't know why there's handles on the wall, but there's. But it's a really pretty park. A lot of water here. Just having that waterfall going is already cooler right there. But we're coming over here. We're gonna do another Boo Blasters on Boo Hill. So these are fun. Plus, I gotta get redemption.
Kick your butt.
I gotta get redemption.
Kick your butt.
Boo Blasters on Boo Hill.
Why?
This one has a little bit more themed queue than the Carowinds model. Their moms are leaving right now. Do they still have any of the animatronics in the queue? No. I know a lot of them did involve Scooby-Doo. There was like the Mystery Machine, there was Scooby getting his tail bitten by like an alligator or something. It's a shame. But it doesn't detract from this still looked great. Look at that. We're gonna go in and ride.
I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. You're a loser.
I lost.
Blasters.
Well, I have one more chance to beat you in Boo Blasters. Plus we've got Ghostwood Estates at Kennywood, and we've got Battle for Metropolis at Six Flags Over Georgia.
You're ready to lose every single time.
So right now in shooting rides, I am up. No, you're up 2-1.
Yep.
Because I beat you in Plants vs. Zombies.
I'm gonna keep it up.
All right, we'll see about
Enjoy
that.
your one win.
We'll see about that. So this used to be the old, like, kind of like edge of the park. It's right here. It's the edge of the park. Then when, sadly, they closed Geauga Lake, they moved the Dominator over here and literally just dropped it in the parking lot. They planted grass behind it. So Dominator is just back here in its own little thing, and it doesn't really fit in there, but this ride is just so good. So Dominator here has always been kind of like my #1 coaster. I have to say I enjoyed Twisted Timbers a whole heap, and we're about to ride this, and there's a chance that this might have been taken out of my top 1. So I love this ride though. I loved it at Geauga Lake. I love it here. It's always fun to have a floorless coaster that's mainly about turns instead of inversions, but all the inversions are there. Just something about this ride has always just kind of spoken to me. I really do enjoy this ride. We'll see. Plus, Cedar Fair now has 4 of these junior wooden coasters here. 3 of them at the old Paramount Parks, and then there was a remake at Michigan's Adventure back in '94. This used to be the tallest loop in the world when it opened. It actually was for a long time until I want to say full throttle over at Six Flags Magic Mountain with its dumb YOLO hashtag took over. But yeah, this ride really is great. Got off a Dominator.
The ride runs so well.
It was easily, this is the best it's run ever.
Perfect ride.
I mean, I've ridden it when it was at Geauga Lake and ridden it here, and I've never had that good a ride. I was shook. I love how
but not
it was,
too much. He wasn't really shook.
No, I was just surprised at how good it was. I love this turn right here. It's so, there's so much speed right there. And then probably, I'm gonna say right now, Nicole's favorite part going to be this Cobra roll.
It's so good. It's so smooth right there. Like most Cobra rolls, you're banging your head around, you're getting your ears bashed in. It's uncomfortable. Your neck is broken.
This one was perfect.
This Cobra roll lets you enjoy it.
It's definitely. I was worried that this was going to kind of get knocked out of my top coaster, and I can safely say right now it's still seated right there.
Perfect.
It's such a good ride. So happy that this thing still exists. So we're here in the Dominator gift shop, and this caught my eye. Because that is most definitely not Dominator, because that is Kumba at Busch Gardens. Yep. Kumba and Busch Gardens. The only thing they got right is that it's a B&M. I like when a park has time to kind of grow in like this, and you have all the trees covering everything, all the buildings. Like, it looks like it's been here for a long time, because it has. These newer parks, they just have that weird kind of feel to them, and they just feel fake. But I really like how parks like this really look. It just looks nice. What'd you say?
I said I think I remember really liking Grizzly a lot, so.
I don't really recall because I never ride it. What's weird though is they put this Dinosaurs Alive in, but you have to go through the gift shop to get to the entrance to Grizzly. This is your Dinosaurs Alive gift shop tour of this video. If you had a dinosaur, you know, real. The Sky Coaster.
I like Grizzly because you have no idea it exists.
Yeah, if you didn't know there was another wooden coaster back here, you completely miss it. But here's this. They moved him. He used to be out front more. And there's where Dinosaurs Alive is. Going into the Grizzly. But it's so secluded back here. So for, as I was saying, hypersonic fanboys, there I want to say is the maintenance shed and all of the equipment still for Hypersonic XLC. Still all back there. So we can get a better view of it.
How's everyone doing today? Awesome. Has anyone put the timbers yet?
There's the unload platform there, or the load platform.
Alright, who loved it?
And then it went down through here.
Yeah,
And these buildings right here were actually where you would launch forward.
We all along it's the Grizzly. The Grizzly is the best ride in the park.
And you heard it, best ride of the park. So we just did Grizzly, what'd you think? What'd you think?
I like it. I think it's really fun. It beats the crap out of you though, so if you don't like to get beat up, which that doesn't sound right,
yeah.
But I think it was worth it because I like the ride. I think it's fun.
It's a fine
I think
layout.
It's funny when you're getting whipped around.
That's airtime.
I'm gonna do it all I can until I get old and I can't.
That airtime pop into the tunnel and then back out of the tunnel is a very intense moment. Because you're thrown into your seat, like you get that jackhammer motion, then you get lifted up, and then you're thrown back in again. Yeah, it's a little much.
Flying into the person next to you.
Yeah, I got hit a lot.
It's so good.
So, we're gonna go ride, get a couple more laps on Twisted Timbers, and go ride the new Racer 75. And then we have another long drive up to our next stop, which is going to be Cedar Point.
Hello.
Hey, so we just got off of Racer 75, the new name for the old Rebel Yell. Wow.
That was so good. It is in such good shape.
They must have done some retracking recently because that thing is running smooth. And that's
Good
like
pops of airtime, and it was just smooth sailing, a lot of speed, a lot of fun.
compared to Grizzly. Oh yeah. Grizzly was running real rough, and this was running incredible.
That was probably the smoothest wooden coaster I've ever ridden.
I was worried because this front lead up here, it was, the whole cars were doing this the entire time going up to it. I'm like, oh no, this is not gonna be good. But then we went down the hill and I was like, this thing is running smooth as glass. One weird thing we noticed is they'd send the train and then two of the ride hosts that were taking seats would walk to the back of the station and watch the trains go up the lift. And one of them had like their hand hovering over a lift stop button. Interesting
People
practice I'd never seen before.
Dumb things.
Yeah. This park seems to have a lot of dumb things. So, but we're gonna head on out. We might take a peek in some gift shops.
Ride that though.
Yeah, ride Racer. It's running great.
That's the thing.
It feels weird calling it Racer, but we gotta do it. So we're gonna head on out now though, and then we're gonna go drive on our way up to Ohio. We got a long drive tonight. We're gonna stop partway there in Columbus, Ohio, meet up with some friends, and we will see you tomorrow. Well, this video will probably come out later.
We'll see you in the next video.
But we're not done with this video yet. So yeah, we're gonna, yep, I'll just do some magic editing. This is so nice through here. Shaded. There's really epic music for some reason. It's just really nice. And if you head straight on down, you've got the plant clock. Yeah. This is really nice in here. Part of the Planet Snoopy. Their Planet Snoopy is really huge through here. That's one thing the old Paramount parks have, is really big kids areas. Not for really big kids, just the kids areas are really big. Alright, this is really cool actually. So we went into this front gift shop here, and they've got the timeline of King's Dominion, the old King's Dominion logo, and they're playing like old clips of like opening day and like old commercials and stuff, and they're showing like some of the highlights. Some like older merchandise, it looks like. What's on this side? Anything more on this side? No, this is, it's really cool. This is really cool. Lion Safari Park.
Hello.
Alright, so I think that's gonna do it for our trip here to King's Dominion.
Yeah,
nice little
shorter day.
The crowds were really low. There were busier crowds. We could have easily spent the whole day here. But we managed to get everything we wanted to get done because we knew we had a big trip.
Big drive.
Long drive coming up. About 7-8 hours, so.
Also, I'm starving.
And
I'm
we're starving.
Thirsty. I want a nice tall glass of Coca-Cola.
And we're going to stop at a gift shop on the way out and then call it a night. So, but we've really been enjoying our time here. It's not too hot today. This is probably the coolest of the 3 days we've had so far. So yeah, but the park's great. Twisted Timbers is running absolutely phenomenal. It's a fantastic ride. It's just a shame that I think the restraints kind of holds it back a little bit.
It really heats up throughout the day too, so it zoomed the last time we rode it.
It was beating us up a little bit. Racer is running phenomenal. The Dominator, man, it's secured its spot. It's my top coaster. It's just such a joy to ride, and it's so re-rideable. So. All right, we'll see you next time at Cedar Point.
See ya!
Bye.